Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. Have you ever wondered whether you should buy a luxury version of a full-size truck or the off-road version? Well, you may not be alone. I get this question quite a bit. And Audie emailed me. He is from Farmington, New Mexico. He runs an electrical company down there, looks like, from what I can tell. Fixmatic. Anyways, he sends me this email. He's trying to buy a new truck this year, and he wants to have some questions. And so I was talking to him, and I thought, well, wait a minute. I got an off-road truck outside as a press loan, 7-day press loan. And I have the Silverado Duramax that we bought for the channel for this year, right? So I have both. So I was like, well, let's talk about this. So his questions were, have you noticed a big difference in ride quality between the High Country LTZ SLT and the Trail Boss AT4 ZR2? So basically, is there much ride quality difference between the off-road truck and the non-off-road truck? Also, are the off-road models, i.e. AT4 Trail Boss ZR2, limited or lacking anyway from a towing or ride quality perspective? So basically he wants to know about ride quality. He wants something smooth, he wants something powerful, he likes the off-road, but he wants to make sure he's not giving up something for towing and for overall performance as far as on the road. So let's talk about this. So this, again, 2023 Chevy Silverado 1500 Duramax Diesel High Country. This is the GMC Sierra 1500 AT4X. It's the AEV edition. So we can definitely see some differences, right off the bat. I mean, besides the little stubby antenna and the real antenna, right? Differences. But we have these off-road Wrangler tires, regular Goodyear Territory. I believe these are KO. They're KO tires. I believe, maybe I'm wrong. Anyways, Goodyear Terrain MTs, Territory MTs. We have tire size 275 70 R18s. We have a big tire. I believe that's 33 when you calculate that out. We have the new front bumper. That bumper is solid steel, right? Winch capable. I believe there's an import spot for a winch behind that. I know in some of the other ones they do. And we have, you can see the cutoff angle. See this one? This has that lower bumper, and see it had no cutoff angle. And what does that really mean? Well, handy in tape measure. It means that off-roading, longer tape measure, between the bumper and the rear bottom of the bumper on the side here, I have about 21 inches, okay? Over here, I have like 11, right? So if you're gonna hit an obstacle, like a rock or something, I wanna hit it in that, not with that, right? So there's your big difference there as far as ground clearance. The hood height, incredibly, probably about an inch, up about an inch or so on the hood height, but really it's the ground clearance that you can see there and there visually. Now this also has the different suspension setup with the AT4X, and you have those Multimatic DSSV shocks. That's a really impressive shock. Really, they use it in Formula 1, I believe, as well. Really good suspension. So here's the big thing I would tell people is that if you're looking for off-road, whether off-road, does it ride worse than a stock truck? Actually, I think the opposite. I tend to believe that off-road trucks, even on pavement, have a softer ride than they do the stock trucks. Leaf spring stock truck, this one to me will ride a little bit worse on road versus that. That'll ride a little bit softer. However, what you give up a little bit is when you go to tow. Typically when you're towing with a leaf spring versus a Multimatic, in this case I still have leaf springs here, but a different suspension, right? So maybe this applies more for like a coil link setup, is that you'll have more squat when you're towing, which means the rear end will drop a little bit more on off-road trucks. You have more of a soft suspension. Is that a big deal? Not really. I mean, some people get overblown by it. They all add airbags and level it out. Other people are just like, squats a little bit. It's supposed to squat a little bit because trucks are built with a rake on them, so the front end goes down a little bit. So as you put a trailer on, squat, it actually levels out the truck. That's how they're built. And so I don't know. It's not that big of a deal with that. So ride quality, for me, it's better in the off-road truck, which makes people wondering, like, why would it be better? Softer suspension. All right. So inside the truck, the one thing you'll notice difference is this has got 1,006 pounds of payload. Okay. The Silverado, we can go check that out. Do a quick little interior. There's your interior AT4X. And again, this is the AT4X. This is the AEV, the big dog. Retails for $91,085. This is a very specific customer, right? So he said AT4, so it's not fancy as this. AT4 is probably more in price point with the Silverado High Country. But That looks pretty badass though. I don't mind driving that around for a week. Ooh, I don't mind that at all. Okay, in this, we can see a few differences. You can see the material quality differences. You can see it's not as clean. Obviously, I've been driving it, but we don't have that big shifter. We have a little small button. GMC's got a big thing there. The interior is just different on the GMC. To me, a little bit better than this one on the Silverado. So I think overall pretty great interiors. And the seat comfort, I'm going to drive that one to Cheyenne tomorrow for like 130, 40 miles. And so I'll be curious to see what the seat comfort is on these trucks. But the big thing I was going to show you over here is 1,632 pounds of payload. So a lot more payload you get in this half ton without all the off-road goodies. So you add more off-road goodies, you increase the weight of that truck, the curb weight, you have less payload. So the frames are the same, the size class is the same, but as you add more goodies, you can carry less stuff in the truck. So in the case of that Sierra, we're gonna have 5 people driving with me, so 4 people, actually 4 plus me, so we have 5 in total in the cabin. We're gonna be at max payload with 5 people in that cabin. With this, I can do 5 people in the cabin and tow something and still be below the payload number, because as you tow, you put some tongue weight on the back of the truck as you tow in. This one was 67,000, that one's 91,000, and that's, yeah, those are the big things. So what did we learn? We learned that send me questions, submit pickuptrucktalk.com, important. Also, we learned that, you know, an off-road truck, it gives you a cooler look. Overall, off-road trucks are cooler, they're taller, they look better from the side, they look more strong, right? This one isn't as strong. This one's more like a consumer Friday night thing. This is a consumer Friday night bonfire kegerator, and that's my whiskey customer. So, you know which one I bought. I still do bonfire with whiskey. Still tastes pretty good. So, we also heard that off-road wise, more capable, more ground clearance. Soft suspension typically means you have better ride quality. This one's a little bit harder for me to get into because I'm 5'7", so it takes a lot for me to get into it. And then we have the running boards. These are more, not running boards, these are protector rails that keep rocks and stuff and boulders from hitting inside the cabin and hitting off this sheet metal. So that's what that's for. The other one's got real running boards, help me in and out. And we also saw some differences, small differences, between the Sierra and the Silverado as far as interior goes. So Audi, I hope that helps. Hope that gives you the information you needed. Again, I'm going to do a road trip with this. So I'll tell you what this fuel economy is going to be in this 6.2 liter V8. It does require premium fuel to get the max horsepower and torque as per manufacturer. That one is a diesel, and I know going to Cheyenne back, I'll destroy that one on fuel economy because that diesel's really efficient. Because I know he was talking about whether to do 3 liter or 6.2. It's a really interesting debate these days. But once you figure out premium fuel, it's about the same price as diesel fuel in many places. It's kind of a no-brainer. All right, there you go. For more chicken videos over here, website down below as well, pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.